Went for the Superman punch.
Roman Reigns wrecks Seth Rollins as Paul Heyman begs for mercy, a tribal reckoning. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe. It was supposed to be a match, a moment, a battle of icons, but what unfolded on that fateful night was nothing short of war. Seth Rollins, the Visionary, Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, and caught in the middle, Paul Heyman, the man who once orchestrated an empire, now reduced to a trembling voice pleading for survival. This is the story of how Roman Reigns destroyed Seth Rollins and made Paul Heyman beg for mercy. A WWE moment that shook the foundations of the company. The build-up. Bloodline broken. It began with betrayal, not just a simple turn, but a knife in the heart of family. After months of internal chaos in the Bloodline, Paul Heyman shocked the world when he aligned himself with Seth Rollins on the Raw after WrestleMania 41. Rollins had just retained his World Heavyweight Championship, barely, and when the Bloodline attacked, it was Heyman who stepped in, not to stop them, but to stand by Seth's side. Paul Heyman promo, flashback tone. The Tribal Chief is no longer the future. He is the past. I choose the man who defines tomorrow, Seth Rollins. The betrayal burned like wildfire through the WWE Universe. Roman Reigns, humiliated. Heyman, defiant. Seth Rollins, triumphant. Roman disappears. For weeks, Roman Reigns vanished. No appearances, no interviews, just silence. Seth Rollins mocked him, defending his title on Raw, aligning with Heyman, and claiming that, the head of the table, got up and walked away. Seth Rollins' cocky promo. I didn't just beat Roman at WrestleMania. I broke him, and now he hides in the shadows while I stand under the spotlight. But in WWE, silence doesn't mean surrender. It means plotting. The return. SmackDown explodes. April 26, 2025. SmackDown in Toronto. Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman opened the show, gloating, flaunting their alliance and dominance. The lights dimmed. The camera panned across a stunned crowd. A single message flashed across the screen. Text on screen. You betrayed blood. Now feel the wrath of the Bloodline. And then, the roar of battle horns. The lights turned blood red. Roman Reigns emerged, slow, deliberate, wrapped in a black trench coat, his eyes pure fire. Commentator shouting, "He's here. Roman Reigns is back." Rollins smirked. Until Roman hit the ring. Carnage begins. No words. No hesitation. Reigns exploded into Rollins with a thunderous spear that sent the world champion crashing into the turnbuckle. Paul Heyman backed into a corner, his face white with fear. Security ran in. Roman destroyed them. WWE officials tried to separate the men, but the Tribal Chief had snapped. He grabbed a steel chair, and beat Seth Rollins into the mat with vicious precision. Over, and over, and over. Commentator. This isn't a return. This is a reckoning. Paul Heyman begs. With Seth broken and bloodied at his feet, Roman turned to Paul Heyman. The man who once called him his Tribal Chief. The man who betrayed him for a younger, flashier champion. Heyman dropped to his knees. Trembling. Begging. Paul Heyman panicked voice. Roman, please, I never meant to hurt you. You were always the Tribal Chief. It was business. It was just business. But business doesn't matter when blood is on the line. Reigns grabbed Heyman by the collar. Lifted him. Looked into his soul. Roman Reigns coldly. You chose him. Now you suffer with him. And then, a Samoan drop through the announcer's table. Heyman lay motionless as EMTs rushed to his aid. Locker room reactions. Backstage, WWE superstars watched in stunned silence. Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre, all had opinions. Cody Rhodes' interview. What we just saw wasn't a wrestling moment. That was personal. That was war. Jey Uso shaking his head. That man ain't Roman anymore. That's something else. Seth Rollins speaks. The following week, Seth Rollins appeared on Raw. Bruised, bandaged, but not broken. Rollins promo, serious tone. You think you beat me, Roman? You think leaving me in a pool of my own blood makes you the Tribal Chief again? Nah. That just means we're finally getting started. You want war. I'll give you war. At WWE King and Queen of the Ring, I'm putting the World Heavyweight Championship on the line. No rules, no limits, you and me, one final time. The challenge was laid down. Roman accepted without saying a word. Just a video, standing in front of a burning tribal symbol. Roman Reigns, the Visionary, becomes the victim. King and Queen of the Ring, the finale. The world tuned in. May 25th, WWE's King and Queen of the Ring. The most anticipated match of the year. Roman Reigns vs. Seth Rollins. No disqualification for the World Heavyweight Championship. With Paul Heyman still recovering in a hospital bed, the stakes couldn't be higher. And when the bell rang, it wasn't a wrestling match, it was destruction. Kendo sticks, tables, chains. Reigns targeted Rollins' back relentlessly. Rollins fought back with superkicks, stomps, even a falcon arrow through a table. But Reigns would not die. Every time Rollins thought he had him down, Roman rose like a monster. And then came the finish. Rollins went for the stomp. Roman dodged. Spear. Kick out. Another spear. Kick out. Roman snapped. He wrapped a steel chain around his fist. And pummeled Rollins until the mat turned crimson. Referee. Stop. Stop the match. The ref had no choice. He stopped the match. Roman Reigns. Not with a pinfall, but with a referee stoppage. Winner. And now, the most dangerous man in wrestling. Aftermath. A message to Heyman. Roman grabbed a mic post-match. Looked straight into the camera. Roman Reigns. Paul, I hope you're watching. I didn't destroy Seth to win a title. I destroyed him, for you. So you'd know. You don't betray the bloodline and live without consequences. I am the Alpha. I am the Omega. I am the tribal chief. Fallen icons. Paul Heyman has not been seen on WWE television since. Seth Rollins was written off TV indefinitely. Roman Reigns now walks alone. No wise man, no Usos, no Solo. Just dominance. The WWE Universe, shaken. Commentators stunned. Legends speechless. Undertaker podcast clip. That wasn't Roman Reigns. That was vengeance personified. Heyman had it coming. Stone cold. Damn. That boy Roman ain't playing around no more. The era of wrath begins. What happens now? Will Seth Rollins return for revenge? Will Heyman ever show his face again? Or is Roman Reigns now untouchable? No family, no faction, just fury. One thing is clear. This isn't the return of the tribal chief. It's the birth of something far more terrifying. This is the reign of wrath. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more epic WWE breakdowns and storylines. And remember, don't ever turn your back on the bloodline.